everyone, my name is Zachary as always, and today I am reviewing the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie, this concludes the 3-film Tom Holland Spider-Mans. And yeah, so this leaves off as soon as this starts off right where Spider-Man Away From Home left off. And everybody knows that he's Spider-Man, so he has to go to the one and only Doctor Strange to fix his problems. But this spell ends up blowing up everything. It causes problems. Doctor Strange is played for jokes in this movie, but there is an interesting sequence where we do see Doctor Strange's world being altered while Spider-Man and Doctor Strange have this face-off. And now, we really should talk about something before we really dive in, before we go any further. We get to see the other two Spider-Mans from the 2000s. We get to see Andrew Garfield's, and we get to see Tobey Maguire's. Along with this, we get to see some very iconic villains, such as the Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. I remember when this movie came out, we didn't actually know who Green Goblin was going to be in it, but there was a very big hint because we saw one of his bombs in the trailer, and everybody instantly drew the connection to the Tobey Maguire's Green Goblin, which was awesome. But he does have a different costume for a majority of the movie, while Doc Ock, he does look like he would, really CGI, I think, at least for a lot of this movie. Anyways, so we get to see this huge thing. And now, it is crazy just how many yeses they had to get for this project. Because, they had to get so many yeses from different companies, different people, a bunch of different things to collaborate, to make this epic collaboration that everybody wanted, but didn't know they needed. So Doctor Strange is really the character that's played for laughs in this movie, which isn't a necessarily bad thing. It's just he has a very small part. And Ned, for a good chunk of this film, gets Doctor Strange's powers or his ring. And it's a whole thing. It's weird. But anyways, so we get to see them go on this adventure, and Tom Holland Spider-Man believes, hey, we can rehabilitate these baddies. So what do they do, you may be asking? Well, they believe that there is something that they can use, a chip, sort of a new piece of technology that they can use to rehabilitate these villains and make them good. But as Doctor Strange points out, this just isn't possible. It literally isn't possible because that would just mess up the entire timeline. And this is something that Tom Holland really does have to deal with. Even though this is retconned later in the movie and all of them do get turned good, but there's a whole thing. I'll explain that later in the video towards the end. But there is a lot of really good parts in this movie. But so we've never seen, before this movie, we've never seen anybody say, with great power comes great responsibility. That's because Aunt May says it. When she died by the hands of Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe himself, and she's the one that says, with great power becomes great responsibility, and Tom Holland's all motivated, but also he has a motivation to get back at Green Goblin specifically. But I'm just saying, the only problem I have with this movie, or actually not the only one, but one of the problems I have with this movie, probably the biggest problem, is Doc Ock is barely in it. I mean, he's in it in the beginning. He's in it a good chunk. But then, he's not in it for the entire middle part of the movie. And then he just shows up at the end, hey guys, hey. Oh yeah, did I mention that Sandman is in this? I didn't? Oh, that's because he's not in this a whole lot. But still is a good character, still is a good cameo to have in the movie. And Tom Holland Spider-Man has this motivation that he's you know what I can do? I'm going to avenge Aunt May. So how does he do this? He almost kills Green Goblin But guess who stops him? Tobey Maguire. Because he's like, no, you can't, because Tobey Maguire cannot let this universe of Spider-Man turn evil and be this cruel turn into this cruel monster. So, because he would be just as bad as the villain. So, this is really good development for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. It's just really, really good. It's a really nice plot dynamic. Especially them three, like, their interactions are just so surreal, especially seeing it for the first time in theaters. And, at least when I saw it in theaters, and they all introduced in Ned's, like, house. And we get to see, or it's either Ned's, or it's Ned's house, and these two Spider-Mans just walk out on screen, like, everybody's cheering, and then you have, like, Ned's, like, mom or grandma that's just, like, prove that you're Spider-Man. And then they just, like, jump around, like, do all these different things, like, gets a cobweb for them. It's, like, it's just something really cool to see. So, yeah, this really does play off of nostalgia, but it does it well. And Doc Ock versus the Spider-Man with his weird, claw things that grow up his back. Now he has, like, 6 arms, technically. And, like, Doc Ock's like, we got competition. And it does, in nanotech plays a part in it. And eventually, at the end, sadly, everybody forgets who Spider-Man is. And I think at this point, Marvel has thrown that out the window, especially with Multiverse of Madness and Quantumania. Because in Quantumania, I'm not even joking, they literally said, one of the people literally said, goodbye, Spider-Man, or thank you, Spider-Man. And Quantumania said that to Ant-Man. So it's like, that just retconned that entire plot line. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Also, I think this is the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie out of the 3. So yeah.